2 million blocks on this pyramid, and the heaviest ones is at the top. So this is the greatest and will always be. You understand what I'm saying? Until, this motherfucker is the greatest of all time. Okay? And the eighth wonder is the Hormaki, the Sphinx. Okay, we lining it up, family. We lining it up, which is they try to say it's the Sphinx of Khufu. Now, Khufu's pyramid is right behind, because you can tell the difference between Khufu's pyramid. It looks like it's bigger than Khufu's, but it's not. It's just built on a higher plateau. You see what I'm saying? But Khufu's, which is the son of Khufu, because his still got a little limestone at the top. You see what I'm saying? But there's been scientists that have verified that there's water weathering on the Sphinx. And it ain't been no rain in Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? In almost, 7,000 years. You know what I'm saying? 8,000 years. So they saying that the Hormaki very well could be, 5,000-6,000 years older than the pyramid of Khufu. But, we'll do some more research into that. It don't make no damn difference, because the science that went into building that goddamn pyramid is older than that. So even if it is 7,000-8,000, it's still old. The science that went into building any of them pyramids is at least 250,000 to 500,000 years. So that now, so we're not going to get into that argument, because all of it is older than what they say it is. It's the dating system of the Europeans that fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's what's the problem. You know what I'm saying? The Sphinx, very well could be built at the same time of the pyramid, but you understand, it could even been the Nile. You know what I'm saying? That over flooded and got in there and did some of that. We don't know. You see what I'm saying? But we know that it's older than some goddamn 3,000 years. Okay? The Ark of Khufu. And I didn't put my number in there. I got to put my number in there. Did I put 9 in there? I didn't. That's my 24th then. That's my 24th. My 25th, I mean. I'm going to go on and, I'm going to go on and put that in there. Hold up. I'm going to go on and put that in there. I didn't want to put it so far down. I'm going to make that my 25th. I'll reconstruct it in a minute. You know what I'm saying? But they're not in order no way. They just, that's how many on the list. I didn't want to put 9, too many. The only one that's really obvious is but when you get to some of them temples, they gonna compete with them pyramids. You feel me? Some of them damn temples is that. Now this is, you talking about, and this proves it. You see what I'm saying? This proves that our people, look at this boat. This is, people don't understand, this is a massive boat. This ain't no little bitty boat. The oldest, most preserved ship on the planet. And then they got boats even older than that. That they wasn't in this, as good a shape as this. But I seen where they had, they have found arks, and arks all up, with the earliest burials with Narmer and Mena, that because the Pharaoh would sail on the Celestial Nile. You understand what I'm saying? This is his ship that he would sail on the Celestial Nile in Amenta in the afterlife. So this was a ritual and ceremony that all of the pharaohs had. And so their ark was buried right next to their pyramid or their place of burial, so that when they, when they come into the next life, the ark would be there for them. So I'm already showing you. That's why I keep telling our people, we didn't walk no motherfucking where. We sailed there. You know what I'm saying? And then you talking about the Noah's Ark. How the fuck is some goat herders gonna have a story about an ark? You ain't never heard of a Hebrew sail no motherfucking where. From the beginning to the end of the goddamn book, them motherfuckers was goat herders. And then you got the Ark of fucking Noah. How the fuck a goat herder gonna build a goddamn ark? Y'all don't listen, y'all, but see, this is what I'm talking about. They stealing our story and rewriting the story and selling us back some bullshit. So right here is proof positive that our peoples was on the seas and they got ships bigger than this. But this ship right here is seaworthy. Okay? This ain't no little bitty ship. This is seaworthy. Okay? And so we go on to 9 and 10. So Khufu, even though it's 25, we'll end at 24. We go on to 9 and 10, and this is what I'm talking about. We talking about Abu Simbel, okay? And we talking about the 2 great temples of Ramesses and Nefertari II. And Ramesses ruled around 12. He ruled around 1200, 1300 BC. Okay, this is the time he ruled. He ruled in the 19th dynasty. Okay, right after the 18th dynasty, Seti and Ramesses ruled in the 19th dynasty. Okay, and this was under Ramesses II. Okay, and so these temples were actually moved. They were further down, but when they built the Aswan Dam, they flooded the temples out. You see what I'm saying? They flooded the temples out. So they cut them out there, UNESCO, okay, which is the UN, they archaeological department. Cut them out and moved them back, okay? And they left a lot of the temple down underwater. And so much of Nubia is underwater. Them nasty ass Arabs and them Europeans built the Aswan Dam. And when they built that, they flooded out many, many artifacts in Nubia that would have proved that they come out of Egypt. I mean, that the Egyptians come out of Nubia. There's no doubt about it. They still got enough research today to prove that. So now when you talking about Mount Rushmore and this is where they get that, but this is a temple that was built around 2700 BC. You know what I'm saying? You talking about a temple you talking about a temple that's almost 4,000 years old. Okay? It's almost 4,000 years old. And for me, this is the most beautiful temple in all of Egypt. You understand? Aesthetically. It's not the largest, but aesthetically, it's the most beautiful temple complex in all of Egypt. And understand, you got to come around from the backside to get to the front. So when you come around the backside and come to the front of this temple, you in awe. You know what I'm saying? You is in literal awe. And you seeing the temple of Nefertari. This show how the black man love his woman. Nowhere in the European world where you go and see a temple. Matter of fact, this is the first megalithic temple ever built to a woman that's still on this level. Not to say there have never been no temples ever built to the African woman, but we talking about on a level such as this, shocking, world renowned, wonder of the world, still here after 4,000 years, and look like if the cracker don't go over there, it's gonna be here another damn 4,000 years. Ain't none of these temples going nowhere, and they will look in very much better condition. You know what I'm saying? And so, as you looking at Egypt and what it looked like after so many thousands of years of invaders, and What would Egypt have looked like when it was still standing? Is shocking to the mind. Ain't none of that other shit gonna shock the mind. It's shocking to the mind just to see what's there now, but to see it in pristine form. All the temples, all the, from Nubia on down, everything in print. It's just shocking to the mind. Nobody wants to accept that. Nobody else has that. Not India, not China, not Greece, not Rome, not the Mayans, not the Aztec. None of you can put them all together. None of that is shocking to the mind. This is shocking to the mind to conceive what it would have looked like in pristine form. So we give the two temples at Abu Simbel the 9th and 10th spot, even though we're not, and I put it up there technically. If I had to choose, you know what I'm saying? It would be, number, it would have to take the number 2 or 3 third spot behind Khufu. The only other, maybe the pyramid of Khafra is still a monstrosity. You understand what I'm saying? And maybe the red pyramid, of Seneferu. So it's arguably, but most definitely is not getting a lower number than number 4. You know what I'm saying? As the temples, I have to put this one number 4, even though Karnak is just a monster. And I'm saying that not in a bad way, but in a good way. You know what I'm saying? But aesthetically, this one right here, as soon as you see it, it's just gonna have a shocking effect on the mind. You see it right there. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing like that in the world. This is the most beautiful temple in the world to me. You know what I'm saying? Hands down, ain't nothing in comparison. And this is Nefertari, and hers ain't, it ain't slacking now. It ain't slack. That's a beauty. You go in the inside, it's not slacking. He looked out most. And this is the first time you ever seen, no, that's T. That's T, where you see the goddess, the queen on the same level as the king. He letting you know, we equals. You see what I'm saying? And so there's never been no inequality or no one women's liberation. That's a white woman's fight. The black man been showing his woman as not only his equal, but his God. You know what I'm saying? Where they still fighting for women's rights and shit. Women that never had, because they was born with their rights. They didn't have to fight for their rights. The woman has always been revered in Africa. And so this is, number 10. Now, number 11, which is another temple to the goddess. You see what I'm saying? The grand temple of Isis at Philae. Now, this is a beautiful monument, man. And ain't like I said, if we just went through the last ones, there's no way you could compare any of those to any one of these. Now, this was built in the 30th dynasty. This was the last native dynasty of ancient Egypt. So if I'm not mistaken, the 30th dynasty was 600 BC, somewhere up in there, 600 BC, late 500 BC. And so this was an African king, okay? A lot of people think that this was built under the Ptolemies, and that's a damn lie. This was built under the African king. And so, that's why I say, and they came in here and scratched all on the walls, scratched the goddesses out. And this is the temple where you see the 2 lions in front of the pylons. And so when you go to China and you see the 2 lions in front of it, which they call the food dogs. Let me get a little drink, y'all. If you see the 2 dragons all through Asia in front, you see the 2 dragons. You see what I'm saying? This is where they got that from. And then if it wasn't the 2 lions, it would be the 2 obelisks. You understand? Showing you the polarity of opposites. You know what I'm saying? The laws of opposites. You see what I'm saying? And so you got the northern hemisphere, you got the southern hemisphere. People don't understand that. They're so myopic. You understand what I'm saying? They only think like the white man, using only one side of his brain, and he ain't using all that because his pineal ain't working. So if pineal ain't working, then you're lopsided. You know, it also stands for male and female. It's just obvious. And they ain't never been able to balance that. You understand what I'm saying? And so we give much praise to the great mother. You understand, the great holy